Here from Engraving Concepts, Arlington, Texas. We're going to try and demonstrate how to take a logo from the internet, bring that into CorelDRAW for editing, and then into Zenitech Graphic Workstation for engraving on a mechanical engraver. You'll find this video and others at our YouTube channel. So at our website, engravingconcepts.com, selecting our YouTube icon at the top will take you to our Engraving Concepts YouTube channel. So we've got our logo the customer wants to bring in and engrave on a mechanical engraver, either for burnishing with a diamond bit or a cutter, maybe a 30 thousandths cutter for plastic. So we want to take the Go Texan logo, download it, and bring that into CorelDRAW for editing, and then over to Zenitech, ready to hatch fill. So we're going to download that and bring that into CorelDRAW. And I'll just do that over so we can see how that's done. File and import, and we'll select the EPS file that we downloaded from the desktop, and we'll choose curves and then push enter, and that centers it on the page for us. Now we're ready to go to edit and copy. That copies that up in memory. We'll slide over to or open Zenitech Graphic Workstation. And I have found it's helpful to make sure you're working line group, thin line, and wireframe for best results on screen. So we're going to start by going to edit and paste. And Zenitech recognizes that as a line art logo and wants to help make that a Zenitech logo so we don't have to go through this every time. We're going to call this Go Tex, and we'll say save. Then it says registration box found, yes for use and remove. And now it's waiting on us to draw a rubber box, or registration box, and how large to bring that into the plate. So with that here, we're going to go to select the logo and try and hatch fill it. So we're going to say font, but notice hatch fill is not an option. Therefore, we're going to have to break this apart into pieces in hatch fill. So with the logo selected, we're going to go to color, and notice in vector effects, you want to make sure you have Zenitech's drawing tools, also called vector effects here in the header, that these are all the parts to the drawing tools menu or feature set. So we're going to explode the polyvectors, and then we're going to try and go to font and hatch fill. Anytime you hatch fill a logo brought in from another program, there is the risk of hatch fill filling over areas that have islands. That happens with letters, and it can happen to other shapes within logos. The way to fix this is to unhatch fill this part, or the one letter that's got the island in it, take away the hatch fill, and then what you want to do is go to color and sort and combine just that part by itself. So with that part selected, now since it's been sorted and combined together, now we can go back to font and choose hatch fill. Same for the letter A, font, hatch fill, and then with that part selected, go back up to color, sort and combine. Now that it's served as a unit, that we can hatch fill all by itself. Now that we've gone this far, we can actually save this job, and it will save it with the Go CDR2XLG link to where the logo is located. So we're going to go to save, and this is our Zenitech job layouts. We'll call it Go Texan. Now that that is saved, we have the opportunity to change the hatch fill, the space between the lines. If we need to use a skinnier cutter or a thicker burnishing blade, we might need to go to line group, hatch fill setup, and change the space between the lines for a thicker or more skinnier cutter. So 0.030, if we were doing a larger sign, we might want to spread the lines out a little bit. It's at this stage we also have the opportunity to export this out as a Zenitech logo, an XLG. So File, to File Export, and we're going to call this Go Texan XLG to the Zenitech logo file folder. That's C drive X files XLG, and then save. And this allows us to, we'll double check our work, it allows us to bring this in as a Xenotech logo so we don't have to go through those steps every time. Go Texan, and then open, and then we click and drag a box to pop that into place. It had a center default justification, so we'll change that to none, which would allow us to move this out anywhere on the plate we want. And then we can also change the letter height to, let's say, 2 inches tall. And there you go. Thank you very much.